In the last lesson, we learned about the ls command for listing out the contents of directories. Let's go ahead and use the ---- help option to learn more about what we can do with the ls command. As you can see, there are a lot of options available. Now what we want to also do is read through these for each of the commands that we're going to go over. So always use the ---- help command or option, and you can also sometimes use -h. Now be mindful that not all commands are going to have -h or ---- available for you. But for right now, what we want to do is use the -l option for getting a long listing format for our ls command. But before we use the ls-l command, we're going to clear our screen. Now to do this, you're just going to type in the word clear, C-L-E-A-R. Now you can also use Control-L to clear the screen. Now let's use ls-l. So as you can see, we get a long listing that includes the permissions, and also we get the user owner and the group owner of the file or directory. Now you can also use the ll command to get a long listing as well. Now another very useful function within our terminal is called tab completion. This basically uses the tab key to auto-complete our inputs such as file names and directories. So if we type in ls space D and hit the tab key twice, we'll get a listing of anything that starts with the letter D. And as we input each character and press tab, we use tab completion to input the remainder of the file name or directory name. One less commonly used command is the whoami command. It outputs the current user ID. It is more useful for ash or sh shells that do not show the name of the current user like bash shell does. Now let's go over the freemnt command or freemnt. It displays what file systems are currently mounted. As you can see, you see a target, a source, the file system type, and the options. freemnt allows you to filter through the file systems much faster than the former mount command with pipe and grep. So let's try it out with freemnt/boot. As you can see, very easy. You get the target, the source, the file system type, and the options for the boot target. Now let's try it again. Let's try freemnt/proc. Excellent. All right, now let's clear the screen and move along to the next command. Just want to go through a few more commands before we end this lesson. So the next command is going to be the free command. Now the free command displays the total amount of free and used physical and swap memory and the buffers used by the kernel. So let's type in free, hit enter, and we see the memory and the swap. We can also get a display with megabytes. Just type in -m and there you go. Please remember to always check the ---- help option to see what else is available. Now let's go over the df command or disfree. The df command shows information about the file systems. It shows the size, used space, available, used percentage, and where the file system is mounted. If we use the df-h command, it's more human readable, as you can see. Now the last command that we're going to go over is the history command. The history command outputs all of the commands that you have used during a terminal session. This is exceptionally useful if you forget something that you've done, or if you need to revert back to a command that you've used and you want to copy it. Use the history command and you can copy that command. All right, let's go to the next lesson.